Ever wondered about the extraordinary bond between a man and an eagle? Watch the complete video to find an unacceptable secret. As the morning sun peeks over the horizon, casting its golden rays upon the rolling hills, Zang emerges from his quaint farmhouse, his weary eyes reflecting the weight of years gone by. He moves with a slow, deliberate pace, each step a testament to the burdens he carries within. Zang settles onto his weathered porch, a familiar ritual that offers solace amidst the chaos of his thought. His gaze drifts to the horizon, where the distant mountains stand sentinel against the ever-changing sky. It is here, in the quiet solitude of his surroundings, that Zang grapples with the pain of his past. For Zang is no stranger to heartache. Once he knew the warmth of love and the joy of companionship, but fate, cruel and unforgiving, tore his world asunder, leaving him to navigate the depths of loneliness alone. The memories of happier times linger like ghosts in the recesses of his mind. He recalls the laughter of his beloved wife, her gentle touch a balm to his weary soul. Together, they had built a life filled with hope and promise, their dreams intertwined like the branches of a sturdy oak. But life, with its unpredictable twists and turns, had other plans. The sudden loss of his wife shattered Zhang's world, leaving him adrift in a sea of sorrow. Left to raise their children alone, he forged ahead, his heart heavy with grief. His son, Zhang Bo, once the apple of his eye, grew distant and cold, his actions a stark contrast to the values Zhang had instilled in him. Despite his best efforts to guide his son on the right path, Zhang Bo's choices led him down a dark and treacherous road. Meanwhile, Zhang's daughter, a beacon of light in the darkness, pursued her dreams with unwavering determination. Her absence, though a source of pride, only served to deepen the void left by her mother's passing. Alone in his struggles, Zhang sought solace in the embrace of nature, finding comfort in the quiet beauty that surrounded him. It was during one of his solitary walks that fate intervened, leading him to an injured eagle with broken wings. Filled with compassion and a desire to help, Zhang carefully tended to the majestic bird, offering it food, shelter, and the warmth of his companionship. In the days that followed, a bond formed between man and eagle, transcending the barriers of language and understanding. With each passing day, Zhang found renewed purpose in caring for his feathered friend, their bond a testament to the power of compassion and empathy. And though their connection may have seemed unlikely to some, to Zhang it was a lifeline, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can take flight. As the sun begins to set on another day, casting long shadows across the landscape, Zhang reflects on the events that have brought him to this moment, and though the road ahead may be uncertain, one thing remains clear. He is not alone, for in the company of his faithful companion, he has found a reason to believe that tomorrow holds the promise of a brighter day. As the days turn into weeks, Zhang and the eagle's bond grows stronger. They spend their days together, with Zhang sharing stories and the eagle listening intently, its keen eyes reflecting understanding and comfort. Despite the peace they find in each other's company, Zhang's heart still aches for his son, Zhang Bo. He wonders where he went wrong as a father, and why Zhang Bo chose a path of recklessness and disregard for the values Zhang tried to instill in him. Zhang Bo's absence weighs heavily on Zhang's mind, a constant reminder of the fractured relationship between father and son. Yet, amidst the pain and longing, there is a glimmer of hope, a hope that perhaps one day Zhang Bo will find his way back home, but fate has other plans in store for Zhang. One day, as he sits on his porch, lost in thought, a figure appears in the distance, a figure Zhang never thought he would see again. It is Zhang Bo, returning home after years of absence. Zhang's heart swells with a mixture of joy and apprehension as he watches his son approach. He longs to reconnect with him, to mend the broken bonds that have kept them apart for so long. But as Zhang Bo speaks of his engagement to a wealthy woman from another city, Zhang's hopes are dashed once again. For Zhang Bo's words are hollow, filled with greed and selfishness. He seeks only to exploit his father's kindness, demanding money to prove his worth to his fiancée's family. Disheartened by his son's callousness, Zhang reluctantly agrees to help. offering what little he has saved. But Zangbo's greed knows no bounds, and he scoffs at his father's modest offering, leaving Zang feeling betrayed and used. At that moment, Zangbo's true colors are revealed, and Zang realizes that his son may never change. As anger and disappointment swell within him, Zang musters the courage to stand up to his son, ordering him to leave and never return. But before he can utter another word, a piercing shriek fills the air, and the eagle swoops down from the sky, its talons bared in a show of defiance. Caught off guard, Zangbo recoils in shock as the eagle stands between him and his father, a silent guardian protecting Zang from harm. The villagers, who have gathered to witness the confrontation, gasp in amazement at the sight before them. A man and his unlikely protector, united in the face of adversity. With one last look of fury and resentment, Zangbo turns and flees, disappearing into the distance without a word. Left alone once more, Zang is overcome with a mix of emotions, relief, sadness and gratitude for the eagle who saved him from harm. As the sun sets on another day, Zang realizes that he is not alone after all. For in the eagle, he has found a true friend and protector, a companion who will stand by him no matter what lies ahead. After Zangbo left, things changed for Zang. I felt a mix of emotions, relief that the tension was gone, but also sadness that his son had chosen to leave. Yet, amidst the turmoil, there was a sense of peace, knowing that he had stood up for himself and what was right. Not long after, Zang's daughter visited him. She had heard about what happened with Zangbo and couldn't bear to see her father suffer alone. With love and concern in her heart, she offered Zang a place in her home, where he would no longer be alone. At first, Zang was hesitant. He had grown accustomed to the quiet solitude of his farmhouse and wasn't sure if he was ready for a change. But as he looked around at the familiar surroundings, he realized that he couldn't stay here forever. With a heavy heart, Zang agreed to move in with his daughter, but there was one condition: he couldn't leave behind the eagle. The majestic bird had become more than just a companion. It was his guardian, his protector, his friend, and so, with the eagle by his side, Zang embarked on a new chapter of his life. Together, they journeyed to his daughter's home, where they were welcomed with open arms and warm hearts. Life with his daughter was different from what Zang was used to, but in a good way. They laughed together, shared stories, and found joy in the simple pleasures of everyday life. And through it all, the eagle remained a constant presence, its watchful eyes a reminder of the strength and resilience that lay within each of them. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months, Zang found solace in the love and companionship of his daughter and the eagle. They became his rock, his support system, and his family. Together they created a home filled with warmth and laughter, a sanctuary where Zang could finally let go of the pain and loneliness that had weighed him down for so long. And as he watched the sun set from his daughter's porch, he knew that he was exactly where he was meant to be. Zang had learned that family wasn't just about blood. It was about love, compassion, and unwavering loyalty. And in his daughter and the eagle, he had found all of that and more. As the years went by, Zang grew old, but his spirit remained young and vibrant. And though he knew that his time on this earth was limited, he took comfort in the knowledge that he was surrounded by love, the kind of love that transcends time and space, the kind of love that lasts a lifetime. And so, as he closed his eyes for the final time, Zang did so with a smile on his face, knowing that he had lived a life filled with love, laughter, and the unwavering belief that no matter what life threw his way, he would always have his family by his side.